Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Patrick Donahue of Big Machine Racing, of course, the crew chief and the overseer of everything over there. How's it going?
Going great. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's been a busy off season for you guys. Of course, Parker Kligerman is the full-time driver for you guys. Kind of talk about we haven't had you on since then, but overall, what's it been like having Parker on and on
Well,
board and everything?
yeah, well, I mean, obviously, he ran just the one race for us at Talladega, and then I didn't really know Parker. I knew of him, and we spoke, occasionally at the track, but just spent the one day at Talladega, and then after, obviously the signing and all that was done, talk more and then he's been at the shop quite a few times. In fact, he's here right now, um, getting fitted in some seats and trying to get all that sorted out. And we've done some simulator time. We've got, I don't know, we've done 2 or 3 sessions already. Do some more today and tomorrow. But yeah, just getting to know him a little bit and bringing him up to speed on what we have going on here at the shop and how we do things and what our plan is. And so yeah, he's very excited, obviously, and we're just trying to gear up and learn each other, learn myself and Cody, the engineer, learn and how he refers to things on the car and what we do to try to fix those what he's feeling. So yeah, it's just a learning process, and that's what we're working through right now.
Yeah. So overall, just the overall vibe over there, it's got to be pretty good. This is probably last season, of course, with a lot of drivers. This year with Parker full time, and this next team step got it. The team's first win last year at Texas with Tyler Reddick, and then on to bigger and better things this year. What's it going to be like this year, just overall with everything going on?
I mean, we're 12 months into being here at RCR and affiliated, or our alliance with them, however you want to put it. And so we're so much more educated than we were 12 months ago. We have a much better idea of what we need to do, how we need to do it, and even in our own building, there's processes. Everybody does things differently, and then so how do we work through getting cars built? How do we prepare better? What do we need to be prepared better? How do our, educating the employees on processes and how we've gotten here. So just 12 months we've come so far. Obviously, our expectations are very high. Obviously we want to win races and put ourselves in contention to make the chase and see what we can do. Being only our third year, it's tough, right? Like, you're going to make mistakes and you got to learn how to do it. And that's really what we're preparing for right now is to make a run at the end of the year. Now, can we achieve that goal? I don't know. You like to think so, but if we're not prepared to do it, then that'll be really tough. But right now, the sole purpose is to be ready to contend for those challenges, I guess. But that's what we're gearing up for. That's my plan. That's my long range 9 or 10 month plan, and we're achieving those goals right now. So I'm pleased.
Yeah. What are we going to expect in Xfinity this year? Because a lot of new drivers, a lot of new teams, and of course this year two of the RCR Alliance. What's that going to be like? What has that been like being a part of that?
Well, for us, it's just a huge, took us from really nothing, no, not nothing, but upstart to a contender. And then obviously we were fortunate to put great drivers like Tyler and um, Ross Chastain and we had the list of people, but we were able to get our equipment fast tracked to be competitive, so that when we were able to put um, good, talented people in there, we were ready to do it. Just putting those guys in a race car doesn't mean you're going to go from 20th to top 10 or top fives. You still have to have competitive equipment because those guys that run up there every week they're good. They have good teams. They've been doing this a very long time, and so we were fortunate enough to have the resources and the equipment sitting here ready to go when we plugged in somebody that could go fast. So with that, that fast tracked us, which is what I wanted. That was our plan when Scott and I talked, and we were able to achieve that. So now fast forward another 12 months, and Parker signed on. He's our guy, right? None of those the other drivers last year they weren't they weren't going to be available that long term for big machine racing. So Parker is the guy, and he knows he's stepping into equipment that can run up front, and it's our job to do just what we did last year and put a product out there that doesn't have mechanical problems, is prepared when it gets there to our best ability, and then go execute the races. And that means challenge for stage wins, stage points, and then be there at the end to challenge for wins. So that's everybody's goal, right? Easier said than done. But I felt like as our year went on, the second part of the season, we got more comfortable running up there, and we showed that we could do it on a week in and week out basis. So that lends itself to good confidence going through the winter, and then coming out to start the season and be ready to battle with these guys. So that's my goal, and we're getting real close to having to load these things up and go do what we want to do is fight. So I'm ready for that.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. There's a test at the end of the month for Xfinity. What's that about for people that might not know?
There's a rules change where they've taken rear skew, rear toe out of the Xfinity cars, and they've taken basically 2/3 of the toe that we were able to run the last many years. So they've taken that away from us. The truck arms in the car, we were used to be able to run a 45-inch left side truck arm, which is and now we've had to go to a 51-inch truck arm. So that takes more rear toe out of the car when it travels. What that changes is aero balance when the cars go in the corners, because there's less side force on the car, and then it takes rear toe. So when the rear end moves, it helps turn the car around the corner. So there's an aero side to it, which is probably bigger than the mechanical rear toe in the cars. So that makes it tighter in the middle and tighter off. So we're everybody's working. Everybody has the same challenges. Everybody's having to build new rear end housings and new truck arms, and that stuff is coming in. It's trickling in as parts are available and pieces are being manufactured as quick as the suppliers can do it. And so that's when we go to Charlotte, it's to allow everybody to test what is it going to do? What is it really going to feel like? Right now we're simulating and we're guessing what it's going to feel like, and then what is it really going to do? How are the cars going to run on the track? How are they going to run in packs? What happens when you get side by side and with the less side force, less skew? What happens to that inside car? Is it freer? Do the cars need to be tighter by themselves so that when they get side by side, they're not spinning out? I don't know. Those are questions that we don't have answers to right this minute. Working on it, but really the test is to give everybody an opportunity to run through their changes, and then go from there. That's kind of what it's for. And I'm excited. I think it's been 4 or 5 years since we've been able to go have a day of testing with these cars. So I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, with Parker, it gives us a whole day of learning each other and going through some information, and just again learning what he likes. So that's we're excited for that.
What are we kind of expecting with having Parker full time? It's been a while since he was full time in anything, but what are we gonna? But if we talked with him last month, and it's
Yeah.
he's just been really excited about this opportunity. What's it going to be like working with him, and just overall, it just brings a lot of knowledge to the car.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a professional. He's not a I call him kids because I'm getting older, but he's not 20 years old, but he's been doing this a long time. He knows what he wants to feel. He knows what he needs to go run. I say knows what he needs, but running longer races. He's done it. He knows how to work through the process, and I call it a process because there's stages, and you got to keep the fenders on it, and know where you want to be at the end of the race. So some of that we don't have to teach him, so we can just go race. But as far as working with him, it's going to be great. I don't anticipate a problem. I don't anticipate many mistakes and all that. He's known for taking care of the equipment and getting it to the end, and that's really the objective, right? Is to get these things to the end, and then go race who's left and who's standing. And but yeah, that's the. But at the end of the day, he still doesn't have a whole lot of races in an Xfinity car. But he'll get it. I'm not anticipating it to be a problem. We're putting in the work with him to get him up to speed. So I think it's going to be. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, last year we really refined who we were as a race team and our processes and how we took race cars at a racetrack. So just to have one driver and be able to build on that every week, I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Well, Patrick, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us, and best of luck. The rest of best of luck in the off season, and we'll talk to you later in the year.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.